Thank you all for being here. We are getting ready to start our event.
Español.
Hola, buenos días, bienvenidos, gracias a todos por estar acá. Estamos preparándonos para comenzar el evento. En breves minutos estaremos comenzando. Hola a todos, por favor, rise for the pledge. Hello everyone, please rise for the pledge. Por favor, todos de pie for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Pueden tomar asiento. Thank you everyone for being here. Please welcome on stage Daniela Guzman, President of Miami Agritourism Farms Association. Hello, good morning. Welcome. Thank you for being here, Commissioner, members of the press, distinguished guests, and members of MAFA. My name is Daniela Guzman, and I am the president of Miami Agritourism Farms Association, or MAFA. Welcome to this momentous occasion as we celebrate the arrival of agritourism in our vibrant community. Today, we come together to embrace a venture that promises to transform the landscape of Miami-Dade County, the arrival of agritourism. The introduction of agritourism will provide a much-needed boost to our farms, creating new avenues for economic prosperity and sustainability. Our farmers will be able to showcase their agricultural products and connect with visitors who seek outdoor experiences and a fun day with their families while enjoying the rural environment and its wonders. Through farm tours, festivals, and family recreational activities, our farmers will not only diversify their income streams, but also foster increased customer flow to the area, helping to improve the local economy and create more jobs in Miami-Dade County. Imagine the possibilities. Families embarking on farm tours, educational workshops where people can learn about the sustainable farming practices, and agritourism ventures that offer a taste of a rural life. Together, we will build a thriving agritourism industry that showcases the heart and soul of our community while supporting our farmers and securing their futures. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate the arrival of agritourism in Miami-Dade. Together, we will cultivate a future filled with growth, prosperity, and shared memories that will resonate for generations to come. Welcome, and let the journey begin. I would like to go ahead and repeat the speech in Spanish for the Spanish speakers present. Bienvenidos a esta ocasión trascendental mientras celebramos la llegada del agriturismo a nuestra vibrante comunidad. Hoy nos reunimos para abrazar una empresa que promete transformar el pasaje de Miami-Dade, la llegada del agriturismo. La introducción del agriturismo al condado Miami-Dade proporcionará un impulso muy necesario a nuestras granjas creando nuevas formas de prosperidad económica y sostenibilidad. Nuestros agricultores podrán mostrar sus productos agrícolas y conectarse con visitantes que desean tener experiencias al aire libre y pasar un día divertido en familia mientras disfrutan del entorno rural y todas sus maravillas. A través de recorridos por granjas, festivales y actividades de recreación familiar, nuestros agricultores no solo diversificarán su fuente de ingresos, sino que también fomentarán un mayor flujo de clientes al área, lo que ayudará a mejorar la economía local y crear más empleos, directos e indirectos en Miami-Dade County. Imaginen las posibilidades. Familias embarcándose en recorridos por granjas, talleres educativos donde la gente puede aprender sobre prácticas agrícolas sostenibles y emprendimientos de agriturismo que ofrecen un sabor de la vida rural. Juntos, construiremos una próspera industria de agriturismo que muestra el corazón y el alma de nuestra comunidad, al tiempo que apoyamos a nuestros agricultores y aseguramos su futuro. Gracias por acompañarnos hoy a celebrar la llegada del agriturismo a Miami-Dade. Juntos, cultivaremos un futuro lleno de crecimiento, prosperidad y recuerdos compartidos que resonarán durante generaciones. Bienvenidos y que comience la travesía. Thank you. Now let's welcome to the stage our first speaker, Jessica Martinez from Tina's Farm.
My daughter got shy. She didn't know this was, she was, Mom, can I go to work with you today? She didn't know what she was signing up for. Come, Leah, come. She's shy. It's okay. So my name is Jessica Martinez. I'm the owner of Tina's Farms. And the farm I opened in 2021. It was a passion project of my husband and I and our two little girls. We decided that we wanted to learn how to farm. We didn't have a goldfish in the house. We had never grown anything. But I grew up in the 90s and eating fast food and a lot of unhealthy food. And I changed my life where I was eating very clean, organic, and I was showing my daughters the way to eat. So if we were gonna do it, I wanted to figure out how to do it organically. So that's what we did. We started working on the land. And originally we were just thinking of making this a family project and figuring out what we were gonna do with the food. And along the process of building the farm, we decided to open up to the public and share our experience and what we were learning about farm life. We decided to open it up and show the community the experience as well. And that's really our goal, to continue to grow organically. Everything that we grow and we sell at the farm is pesticide-free, dye-free, and really be able, everything that we're showing our daughters about the farm and about the animals and what we're harvesting, just really being able to have that experience for the families in the community. And we're taking a lot of pride in that. And one of my favorite things has been able to meet so many families that have come and visit us in the last 2 years, and meeting all the other business owners and farms that I've become friends with. And really this is something that God put in my heart to do. And I pray that we can continue to do it and to continue to serve the community. And we're just, down the street, we're a block away from where we're standing now. So we would love all of your support and prayers to continue to grow our farm and clean organic farming. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Now our next speaker is Alvaro Isaac from Farmhouse Miami and Isaac Farms.
Hello everyone, thank you for being here today. I wanted to take a special moment to thank Commissioner McGee for all the support he has offered us. As we all know, lately has been a struggle, for us farmers. Every day, it gets harder to farm, and we want to make sure that we're all united in this cause in allowing us to do agritourism activities and to be able to share that passion that we have for farming with future generations. For us, at least in our businesses, we operate about 50 acres, and we see children that are living in the city that don't have the opportunities to interact with animals, to eat organic food, as Jessica was mentioning, to see how their food is grown, and to actually be able to get outside, breathe fresh air, and be able to enjoy this beautiful nature that we have here in the Redlands. I also think it's important to mention that Florida as a whole has promoted agritourism for the last few years, and every time that any of these programs are available to farmers where they can bring people into their farms, everybody supports them, and we're lacking in Miami-Dade County. So we want to make sure that we bring this movement here so that everybody can get to experience, the beauty that we have to offer and all the amazing activities, food, events that we can do, at our farms. So thank you again for being here, and we hope that this brings not only an economic impact to our area, which is much needed, but that we bring the people from the city and we again show them and highlight how amazing farming is and how we need it to be sustainable as a society as a whole. So thank you again, and hopefully, we'll be able to increase our operations and increase to show the people, again, all the things that we have to offer. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. Please welcome Roy Lemos from Roy's.
Buenos días a todos. Primero que nada quisiera darle las gracias al comisionado Keon McGee, a nuestra comisión de Miami-Dade County, a todos los que nos apoyan a hacer el Item 4C una realidad. Item 4C es una necesidad para nuestra comunidad agrícola. Nos hace falta a la comisión y a todos los que están aquí apoyándonos, que sigan apoyándonos durante nuestra trayectoria. Es muy importante para poder lograr esto. Esto es el comienzo de un cambio en Miami-Dade County. Un cambio que hace falta para estar a la par con California. California tiene vineras, agritourism, agris, everything is all about agriculture. Y nosotros aquí estamos un paso atrás y casi estamos a punto de lograrlo. So, nos hace falta para cambiar la ordenanza, que nos apoyen, que le dejen saber a sus amistades, a sus amigos, a sus familiares, se le urjan que esto es importante. So, muchas gracias por venir y que Dios los bendiga.
Thank you, Roy. Please welcome Jessica from El Toro Local Farms.
Thank you, everyone. First of all, I'd like to say good morning and welcome to our first meeting here at MAFA today. My name is Jessica Gonzalez once again, and I represent El Toro Loco Churrascaria and El Toro Loco Farm. It is our God-given right to reap what we sow in our lands, to harvest in order to put food on our table, which goes to our families and that of the families of the local communities. And in the case of El Toro Loco Farm, we take it a step further and beyond. This means that the farm-to-table experience, by feeding our patrons with the fruits and vegetables harvested from our farms and the contribution, provides prosperity and sustainability not only for the land, but for more than 400 dependent families that we employed and provide jobs for in our community. As I weigh the responsibility of feeding more than 400 families who depend on our farms and on the agricultural industry established in the Redlands and its surrounding areas, I cannot outweigh the cost of the unprecedented nuisance that this group claims and derives from us doing our business and from the cost of doing business. The cost of the American dream, the dream that my family and I as a group of immigrants have fought and sacrificed our freedoms when we had to flee from our home country as political refugees by a regime that oppressed our rights, as well as to conduct our business, to have our own property, our own land. This only means that our sacrifice has been here the entire time, and we have not sacrificed ourselves to be denied freedom. We didn't come to America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, to be denied the same constitutional rights and freedoms, to be successful business owners, to have flourishing property, and to grow our land. Success is contagious, and that is why we stand here today before you. united as one, with one purpose, to continue fighting for the freedoms of our farmers, our business owners, and our entrepreneurs that continue helping develop and grow the Redlands, bringing more people here. All in all, the mentality of those individuals, groups, and organizations who fight against us, fight against and oppose the way of the world, the oldest traditions of farming and harvesting the land. They fight against growth, progress, and freedom with a mentality that sticks 50 years in the past, much like that of the communist country my family fled. Ordinance 4C is not only an ordinance meant to expand and amend the local zoning laws of Miami-Dade County for all of us, but it's meant to fight the discrimination we face every day from anyone who opposes the agricultural and agritourism here in our farms. I want to thank Commissioner McGee for sponsoring Ordinance 4C and continuing to fight for our rights and for all of the farms and citizens of District 9. I also want to express my gratitude and appreciation for our hosts and fighters of this cause, my brothers, Nelson, Victor, Daniela, and Mercy. Let's keep fighting for our rights. Thank you all. Make sure your voices are heard loud and proud today. United we stand as Miami Agritourism Farms Association. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Please welcome Rolando Aedo, Director of the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Thank you, gracias a todos. I'm here representing the Tourism Office of Miami, and this is one of the most amazing tourism experiences that I've seen in my 28 years at the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau. So congratulations to the to all 25. So one of the first things that I did when I joined the organization more than 25 years ago, I took a trip to upstate New York, which is an agritourism region of New York State. And all the things they have up there, we have down here. The power of what you all do, of what these farms and these venues are doing for Miami-Dade County. You know, Miami is known for a lot of amazing things, our beaches, our restaurants, our shopping. But our responsibility at our office is to make sure that people also know that we have an amazing, amazing agricultural and agritourism community of which all of you are responsible for. It's about jobs, it's about economic impact, and it's about leadership. And with that, I did want to recognize Commissioner Keani McGee, who's been an amazing leader. Let's give him another round of applause. I know you're going to hear from him in a second, but he gets it. You know, he's fighting for you here locally. He fought for you in Tallahassee. We had the privilege, he worked in our offices as a very, very young man, as an intern many, many years ago. He's a dear friend, but more important, he's your friend. So thank you all for your time and for what you're doing. We really appreciate that.
Thank you. Please welcome Leon, the lawyer of MAFA.
Good morning, everybody. Aside from the financial interest that brings to our community, which obviously is going to help our community, it's going to help everyone involved, not only all the farmers, as previously stated, it's very important to them to be able to generate money from their business and be able to provide a service that's unique in Miami-Dade County. As a resident of Miami-Dade County, I love taking my daughters out to nature. I think it's very important to connect to the natural world. We don't have a lot of places down here in Miami-Dade where we can take our family for a pure experience where we're able to connect to nature and experience the blessing that nature provides to all humanity. I think we all should support and give confidence to Commissioner McGee in the effort that he's bringing to make this possible. I think it benefits everybody in our community. Aside from any financial interest that other people may have, I don't see any negative consequences of bringing this about. So we all should fight and support this cause, and I think this is the beginning of a great future. Thank you.
please welcome Carlos Villuendas, a customer.
Buenos días a todos, mi nombre es Carlos Villuendas. Yo no soy dueño no estoy aquí representando ninguna de las granjas, yo soy acá un vecino de la comunidad. Vivo en Kendall con mi esposa que está acá conmigo y dos pequeños, Carlos Daniel de 5 años y Anabela de 3 años. Nosotros somos clientes, venimos muchísimo a todos estos lugares y estoy aquí porque es mi manera de apoyar y de estar seguro que el agriturismo se desarrolla aquí en la comunidad, como decía León, para que nuestros niños tengan opciones de venir y disfrutar de lugares, comer comida sana, disfrutar al aire libre. Por mucho tiempo nosotros vivimos en ciudades donde no tenemos estas opciones. Hace 10 años nos vamos para acá, para Miami, y queremos estar seguros que no solo nuestros hijos, sino el resto de los niños de la comunidad tienen estas opciones para venir a disfrutar. Por eso estamos acá apoyando el desarrollo del agriturismo en Miami. Gracias.
Thank you. Please welcome Eliezer Avila, a local resident.
Muchísimas gracias, mi nombre es Eliezer Ávila. En Cuba mis abuelos siempre fueron campesinos y ese fue mi sueño de vida, vivir y trabajar y criar a mis hijas en una finca. En Cuba los comunistas frustraron ese sueño, me sentí perseguido y amenazado y le agradezco a este gran país que me dio la oportunidad de poder hacerlo realidad aquí. Hace casi 2 años mi esposo y yo adquirimos una pequeña finca aquí en Jonte, que era en aquel momento piedra y nada más, y lo hemos convertido orgullosamente en un lindo jardín. Tenemos más de 1000 animales, más de 100 árboles frutales y tenemos un canal de YouTube en el que compartimos las experiencias y nos pueden ver personas del mundo entero. Es hermoso ver como personas de todos los Estados Unidos nos piden venir a nuestra pequeñísima finca de 1.15 acres a poder estar en contacto directo con los animales, ver lo que hacemos, disfrutar a veces de la sombra de un árbol que parece sencillo, pero es extraordinario. Hablando claro, más que bonito, los costos de mantener una finca pequeño o grande en Hunter ya son impagables. El mortgage se duplica a veces. Este año nuestra pequeña finca de 1 acre cuesta casi $5,000 solamente de mortgage. Y esperar a la cosecha de mango para vender 2 cestas de mango no funciona. Necesitamos ser creativos, necesitamos innovar, necesitamos crecer. Hace poco innovamos una pequeña peña que se trata de que familias compartan en nuestra finca una noche con música, un cerdito asado y compartir un buen momento. Fue la segunda vez en la vida en la que me sentí reprimido. Patrullas, drones, cartas de cease and desist, básicamente una persecución. Nosotros creemos que el papel de las autoridades, el papel del condado, no debe ser eso. Aquí estamos para crecer haciendo lo bueno y debe ser reprimido y requerido el que hace lo malo, los que creamos vidas, empleos, economías, los que garantizamos que este siga siendo un pulmón verde en el que pueda respirar no solo la Florida, personas de todos los Estados Unidos. Lejos de recibir multas, amenazas, debemos recibir apoyo. Debemos sentirnos acompañados por el liderazgo político de esta ciudad. Por eso aplaudo y me parece súper útil que se cree esta asociación de agriturismo en que podamos defendernos todos juntos para hacer realidad este gran sueño que evitaría también que se convierta Jonte, y es lo que quieren las grandes constructoras, en miles de edificios de apartamenticos pequeños, de más calor, de más problemas ambientales y a fin de cuentas de más de lo mismo. Jonte es diferente, es especial y es maravilloso gracias a las manos y al corazón de las personas que están sentadas en esta sala, y lo vamos a defender. Gracias a My Brother por organizar este encuentro. Hoy es 11 de julio Para los cubanos es una fecha muy especial porque en 60 años vimos por primera vez como el pueblo se llenó de valor y salió a las calles a defender la libertad que no tienen allá, pero que termino advirtiendo que tenemos que defenderla también aquí. Hoy también estamos defendiendo la libertad. Gracias.
Thank you, Nelson, and let's welcome our last speaker for now, Nelson Guzman, the owner of Bye Brothers.
Buenos días, para mí es un placer y quiero agradecerle a todos ustedes por estar aquí presentes hoy en este evento tan sumamente importante para todos nosotros, las personas que tenemos finca y las personas que estamos a favor del agriturismo. Primero que todo quiero reconocer y agradecerle el esfuerzo que hicieron todos los comisionados que votaron a favor de esta ordenanza para ganar este gran cambio. Y además de eso, un reconocimiento especial para nuestro comisionado Johnny McGee, que es el sponsor de esta ordenanza. Quiero darle un fuerte aplauso, señores. Realmente el agriturismo es un concepto a nivel mundial, no es nada, no estamos descubriendo nada, no queremos incorporar nada en nuestro condado que no exista, no estamos inventando nada, solamente queremos que nos den la misma oportunidad, los mismos derechos que tienen todos los Estados Unidos, todos los otros estados y todos los otros países. Una oportunidad para los granjeros, una oportunidad de diversificarnos, de ser creativos, de reinventarnos. Eliezer acaba de decir algo que es una realidad. Es muy difícil pagar el costo de las granjas hoy, pero aquí hay muchísimas personas que no vienen a hablar por tiempo, porque les da un poco de temor, pero aquí hay personas sentadas hoy que son leyendas en esta zona agrícola con 30, 40, 50 acres por muchos años y ellos son la experiencia, pero también están de acuerdo con nosotros, como es el caso de Isabel, como es el caso de Joe de Santa Bárbara, de Jenny Soft, de Arturo, o sea, y pudiera mencionar muchísimos más que están en la sala. Entonces, si todos nosotros estamos de acuerdo, yo creo que la comisión, creo que nuestra alcaldesa, que bien ella lo dijo en el Country Fest, cuando nosotros estuvimos presentes, ella dijo, ser agricultor es difícil, es duro, tenemos que reinventarnos, tenemos que apoyarnos. Entonces, eso es lo que estamos pidiendo hoy en esta sala. Lo que queremos es el apoyo de nuestra comisión, el apoyo de nuestra alcaldesa y el apoyo del pueblo, lo tenemos aquí presente y muchísimas más personas no están aquí con nosotros hoy, productos que están de vacaciones, productos que es un día del laboral, pero con todos esos esfuerzos aquí estamos, somos la inmensa mayoría contra una minoría que piensa que vamos a destruir el área. No, al contrario, el agriturismo está estipulado y está nombrado que es el balance, es el equilibrio entre el desarrollo que no se puede negar, el desarrollo de las constructoras, el desarrollo de la sociedad. Eso es un factor inevitable, señores. Inevitable, como surgió el internet, como surgieron los carros eléctricos, y había miles de personas oponiéndose. Hoy hay personas que se oponen, pero es por gusto, porque el desarrollo social es algo inevitable, y esto es una necesidad de la sociedad. Y el agriturismo básicamente crea el equilibrio, el balance entre los desarrolladores y la industria agrícola. Entonces, esto es lo que va a permitir que la sociedad pueda seguir desarrollándose y que podamos mantener las áreas verdes, que podamos mantener las personas que quieren su granja, que no quieren construirla. Ok, perfecto, cada cual puede hacer con su tierra lo que quiera. Eso es lo que nosotros estamos luchando, eso es lo que estamos pidiendo. Solamente eso es lo que queremos. Gracias. Solamente lo que pedimos es el derecho a poder trabajar nuestras tierras y poder ser creativos y poder darle un bienestar social a la comunidad. Esta es la única parte verde que queda en el condado. Nosotros necesitamos que nos abran el lente, que nos den más oportunidades, que nos dejen trabajar. Es lo único que pedimos. No queremos irnos fuera, no queremos hacer cosas que no van a estar permitidas, pero sí queremos que nos dejen y que nos permitan lo que estamos haciendo. Que ahí está el pueblo, vienen 1,000, 2,000, 7,000, 8,000 personas todas las semanas a Bye Brothers. Y si lo sumamos entre todas las granjas que tenemos vecinas, que son muchísimas, nosotros estamos creando empleos directos e indirectos, pero en cientos y miles de empleos. Estamos creando una oportunidad única para las familias, como bien lo dijo el cliente, pero también estamos moviendo el dinero de los pequeños negocios del área. O sea, estamos moviendo la economía local. Yo creo que si analizamos todos los factores que nosotros hacemos en este concepto, son positivos, son únicos y necesitamos el apoyo de ustedes, señores. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Now let's welcome on stage Commissioner Keone McGee.
Buenos dias. Me llamo Keone McGee, but for those of you who do not speak Spanish, I'm going to do this in English. Does that work? Victor, Nelson, Daniela, Mercedes, thank you all so much. Rolly, and to the entire team of those who are with the Miami Agritourism Association, thank you so much. And to all the farmers and to the families and to the kids out there who are looking for a brighter future, thank you so much. And to law enforcement who enforce laws here in this great county, thank you so much for hearing our cries. We appreciate you and we appreciate our armed forces. And to the men and women of the American Air Force, American Armed Forces, American Army and military, thank you so much for serving this nation. But let's be absolutely clear as to why we're truly here today. There are 35 million acres of agricultural land in the great state of Florida. 10 million of those acres are farmland. They bring in about $7.3 billion per year. What we've seen in the past 15 to 20 years has been a decrease in our farming industry. It has decreased so much that it has caused the generational wealth that folk like Nelson and Lily and everybody who wants to pass down to their kids have been diminished. What has caused that? What has brought all of us here today, those of us who are black, white, Hispanic, and Asian? What has brought us here, those of us who understand agriculture and those of us who don't? What has brought the Democrats and the Republicans and the Independents under this roof at this moment? What has caused us to see each other not as mere individuals fighting for separate causes, but fighting for one cause? What has brought us here today? I'll tell you what has brought us here today. It is overzealous regulation by local government. Yeah. Local government regulation has strangled the farming industry in our South Dade for too long. This is that moment. This is that moment of truth that many of us have been waiting for. That moment where we bring our ideas and our visions together to fight the overzealous regulatory factions that are within our neighborhoods. And yes, I am talking about those who want to take away our farmland and reduce our farmers to simply nothing. The fight to take away your farmland didn't begin yesterday. It was started with NAFTA, when our government allowed for our borders to be open, allowed for cheaper products and vegetables and fruits to be brought into this nation. And when they opened up the borders to allow for a reduction in price of products to come into this nation, what they did was they reduced the value of your fruit, of your crop, of your resources. They did it in the name of NAFTA. Years later, we saw an exodus of farmers leaving from this community. Why is that? Because they couldn't compete with the prices and the reduction of prices from other nations. This is what has brought us here at this moment. We are here to say no more. We love our environmentalists. We love our conservationists. We love our environment. But what we don't want is for those developers who have the costume of an environmentalist to come in here and take our our farm and give it to the government. That's what's about to happen. That's what's going on. Let me tell you how it's going to play out. For those of you, let me show you how this is going to play out. Your farmland right now has been intentionally devalued. Through the UDB, through regulations, through other governmental regulations, the value of your farm has been reduced. On top of that, you pour more regulations on what you can do, when you can do it, how you can transport, when you can transport. So when you couple that with what's happening on the national level, it brings you to the point now of hopelessness. And so what ends up happening now is there's a contraction of what you know to be right in the farmland that you toil with your hands. So now you can't farm anymore. What ends up happening now is the developers come in, and the developers now offer you a fraction of what your property is truly supposed to be worth. You then sell your property to these developers. After the developers get your property, they then come back and rezone your property. Now, instead of your property having a valuation of $1, the new valuation is now 10x. And how does that happen? Because someone has allowed for the fox to get into the hen house when they should have been protecting the farmers, but instead they have sold out to the developers who are coming in to take your property. They are the ones who are writing the regulatory codes. They are the ones who want to strip you of your generational wealth for your children. Make no mistake about it. This is not by a coincidence. This is actually a structured takeover by government of your property. You should be willing and ready to fight for the dirt that belongs to you. You should be willing and able to protest in downtown, in South Bay, in North Bay, in West Bay to protect this land. This is your land. This is where you put the flag down and you stand there and you tell everybody that you are not going to lie down. This is what this nation is about. Opportunity, exposure, access, democracy. We've heard that people left dictatorship, communism, and socialism to escape the grasp of government. When you come here, you should enjoy the moment of freedom, exposure, democracy, access. This is what this great nation offers. I'll close by saying this. I'm biased. I'm biased. The reason why I'm biased and I stand in full support of agritourism and I stand in full support of our farmers is because from the age of 9, here off Chrome Avenue, my mom worked in the bean fields picking beans. And I, as a child, was there with her picking beans. I am a bean picker. I am a Democrat bean picker. I know Republican bean pickers. I know independent bean pickers. I know black bean pickers. I know Hispanic bean pickers. I know Asian bean pickers. But what I do know is that the American experience allows all of us to stand together and pick beans together. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take the fight to the government. We're going to let them know we're not backing down. This is not a socialist society. This is not a communist society. This is democracy. And if you love democracy, stand up and let me hear you. Raise the roof. Democracy lives now. Democracy lives forever. And those who oppose us, we will fight. We will not relax because agritourism has been given to us by the state legislature and it has preempted the county from actually telling us what we can do, when we can do with our property. Let's go fight, let's go fight, let's go fight.
Today I stand before you to express our deep gratitude and appreciation to Commissioner McGee. McGee for his exceptional leadership and unwavering dedication to our community. It's with immense pride that we acknowledge his sponsorship of this ordinance. It's an essential step towards ensuring the prosperity of our agricultural sector. By taking the initiative, he's providing tangible support to our farmers, ensuring them to thrive in an ever-changing landscape. Commissioner McGee, on this side, sorry. On behalf of the Miami Agritourism Farms Association, we would like to present you with the following recognition. This plaque serves as a symbol of our gratitude and a reminder of the positive impact you're making in our community. Thank you, Commissioner McGee. We have one more person that wants to make an intervention.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Fernando Mendoza. Primero quiero darle las gracias a My Brother, a MAFA, quien pide un fuerte aplauso por organizar este exitoso evento, el cual fue realizado en tan corto tiempo y tenemos una masiva participación de todos los que están aquí presentes. Yo primero que nada quiero decir dos palabras en inglés. Let us work and we are not criminals. Somos trabajadores y no somos criminales. Queremos seguir trabajando. Sabemos que hoy en día la inflación que está ahorita en el país, por supuesto que la economía cada día se entiende menos, pero por supuesto como se entiende menos, nosotros tenemos que salir adelante y hoy en día solamente con frutas, plantas, flores es imposible mantener una tierra. Y pienso y estoy seguro que muchos de nosotros que estamos aquí saben que Cron Avenue y todas las áreas que están aquí alrededor son sitios de agriturismo y las cuales tienen que ser promovidas, debido a que muchas personas que se encuentran aquí en Miami-Dade y todos sus alrededores creen que la área de Cron, de Redland, de Homestead es solamente para ver alligators. Y no es así. Aquí tenemos muchas cosas que ofrecer para todas las personas que viven de lunes a viernes estresadas trabajando y queriendo salir un sábado y un domingo a ver plantas, comer al aire libre, disfrutar con su familia al aire libre. Y pienso que esta área va a seguir creciendo más y más, porque Florida no es menos que California, ni es menos que Texas. Miami-Dade es una de las ciudades que tiene el mejor clima de todos los Estados Unidos de América. Aquí seguiremos peleando por nuestros derechos y, por supuesto, gracias nuevamente a todos los que vinieron. Muchas gracias.
We have John from Villa Toscana.
Hello, my name's John from Villa Toscana, Miami. I have an event venue. We do weddings out in Homestead. I've been in business for 5 years. The government's been all over me for 5 years. Tickets, fines, regulations. I've read this one that you're trying to get across, 4C. It's not good. There's nothing in it that helps you. Have you read it? It's hard to read. Everything in it is more regulation. It requires inspections for an annual renewed certificate of use, a complete application each year. It's regulation of your food service at your events. Requires, this is an interesting one, voluntary certificate of use. It requires a voluntary certificate of use. Who wrote that? That's stupid. Requires a zoning improvement permit. Requires extra permits and regulations for water and sewer. Also requires a recorded covenant with the land. Read the ordinance. There's nothing in it that helps you. It's more government regulations, more than you have now, and it's going to cost you more money. I really need an interpreter to help with the Spanish, if you can interpret to the Spanish people here. A lot of you have the rural event ordinance, 20-1008. That's unconstitutional. All you need is a agritourism certificate of use, and you're protected by state law. There's a state law that protects you. The state law is Florida Statute 570.85. Very simple. It protects you. The county came in 3 years ago and did the rural ordinance, event ordinance, and restricted your use. It violated state law. Can't do that. State law takes precedence over county law. They didn't care. I have a lawsuit right now against the county because the rural event ordinance is unconstitutional. Many of you have it and you don't need it. And it's a violation of state law. I challenge you to challenge that. The rural event ordinance, in violation of state law, regulates your hours of operation, your property size, the number of events you can do, the hours of events, your toilets, the number of participants, imposes new parking regulations, and requires an annual renewal permit. All you need is an agritourism certificate of use that doesn't expire. You do not want more government regulations. This ordinance requires more government regulations, and they're going to cost you hassle, time, and problems. It's going to put you out of business. Read the new ordinance. You're all making this sound like a great thing. Commissioner Kenny gave a really nice speech, but it's not in your favor. Read it.
Are you a farmer?
I'm an event owner, and I have agritourism exemption. I grow fruit trees, I have animals, I have fish, and I have potted plants.
Your money comes from farming. You have other income.
My money comes from farming and other income, that's true. And the agritourism protects you. Think about this. Think about this. I have a form out here, just come and read it, it's facts. Read the facts, not what the propaganda has been given to you. You know, in the communist countries, they give you propaganda. We have propaganda being put out here. I'm an American, okay, I gotta go.
Thank you.
But read it. Read the law, read it.
You are not a farmer.
Hello. Thank you. We have a showcase here of local fruits from farm to table. You are free to walk around, take some samples. We also have some snacks on the table back there, refreshments. You are free to grab anything you want, walk around. Thank you so much one more time for being here, for attending this press conference. You're more than welcome to walk around and try the fresh fruits and local products that we have. Thanks.
Tanto ni más que dure 100 años. Te pido que formes parte del cambio. Tu parte